Welcome back to The Ancient Path. In this episode, I want to take another look at this opening clause. I believe in one God, the Father Almighty, creator of heaven and earth, of all things visible and invisible. Why is God's numerical value important? There are multiple powerful implications to God's oneness. Some will hit in this episode, some will hit in subsequent episodes. But firstly, as we've already said, God's opinion is actually the one opinion that defines truth, right? That was part of creatio ex nihilo. There is only one God. But this doesn't strike us as profoundly as it probably does other civilizations, at least those of the past. Remember, in the Greek pantheon of gods, there were multiple gods, meaning that there were multiple opinions of what you should do or not, multiple versions of right and wrong. Remember, sometimes in Greek mythology, to please Zeus, you had to displease Apollo. To please one god, you had to make another god mad. The point is, truth, right and wrong, were relative. It was relative or related to whose standards of right and wrong you were paying attention to. Have you ever noticed while reading Greek mythology that the gods just seem like superhumans, super life-size versions of humans? They're superheroes, humans with a kind of superpower, but they have the same fallen nature as us humans. They are selfish and self-centered. They are sexually promiscuous. They steal, they lie, they cheat. And so right from wrong becomes based on what satisfies themselves. Sound familiar? We do the same thing. When we deny that there is one God, one opinion that stands above us all, we make ourselves into God. Truth becomes relative to our own wants and desires. So first of all, God being one means that there is one opinion that stands above everything else. His opinion is truth. He gets to be the judge of right and wrong. I don't get to make those assessments apart from God. Secondly, however, there is one God who is also Father Almighty. One Father means that there is one source of life. Life here has multiple facets. It means physical life, but it also means spiritual life, spiritual satisfaction, love, joy, peace, fulfillment. At the end of the day, just about every person on earth wants the same thing. Every person wants to be happy. When Jesus says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of God. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy," the word blessed has this deep sense of happiness or joy that is not dependent upon circumstances. When I believe that there is one God who is Father, aka the source of life, one source of real and deep happiness, I grow in freedom from being at odds with myself. Think about the word ambivalence. Ambivalence means part of you wants one thing and another part of you wants the opposite. That's what it's like to have multiple gods. They tear us apart. If my God is alcohol, I may want to be drunk. I may also want to be vibrantly connected to family and friends. I may want to be a contributing part of my family and community. I may want to love my family and enjoy them. But my God, alcohol, will be creating division in my soul. I want to love my family. I want to love my church, even want to love my God. But if my real God is vodka, eventually I'm going to be torn up inside. Having multiple gods on the outside creates division on the inside. When I, however, come to embrace that there is one God, that He is Father alone, He is the only source of real life, real joy, real peace, real deep happiness, my inside becomes more and more universally directed toward the one God. And there develops a growing sense of unity and peace. This is how sanctifying grace works. By God's grace, we become more and more in love with God, and this creates greater unity or oneness within ourselves that creates wholehearted love, wholehearted joy, wholehearted peace, this happiness that Jesus spoke of. Offered not on the basis of circumstance, and therefore it cannot be circumstantially taken away. We become one as our God is one.